Mic check, mic check, mic check. Overtime, overtime. Fair is fair while all the hate from AO. Y'all come on in, smash the like button, get it started. Link is pinned at the top of the description. We was gonna continue the conversation because I ain't sleepy. So y'all come on in, man. Young World in the building. D Sousa, J1, what's good, my guy? Lawrence in the building. BJ Tight. How you doing? Shannon. Rob, D. Sousa, my sister, always coming through with the come through. I appreciate you, sis. Empress Queen Adia, Jeff. Who else we got? Sheriff Boy ID. She said she got that elbow cough. What's good, 8? How you doing, man? Killer Swag in the building. Rob, they come through. Crush, what's good, man? We just gonna talk, man. We gonna talk about just everything, man. I figured we'll come on in. I'm sure if y'all ain't like me, y'all ain't sleepy today. Q Ruffin in the building, man. I thought people was gonna come over from appreciate you, J1. I thought they was gonna come over from AO's channel, but I guess not. Hold on, y'all. I dropped the link. Oh, that's me again. Me again. It's Spring again. Hold on, y'all. Need to go to history. There we go. Did they leave? Yeah, they gone. They gone. Well, hopefully they'll find it. If not, man, it's an open panel. You say I did, yeah. Who voted? I didn't. Why I would not continue to vote for my oppressors. I would not continue to vote to my oppressors. Okay, so since they didn't come over, let's see. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. Give me a second. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here since didn't nobody pop over. We starting new. What's up, Rod? How you doing, man? Yeah, no, it's not oppression by admission. You can come talk about it, 8. You know, I definitely respect your perspective, bro. I respect your perspective. You one of the people I actually respect what they talking about. But we ain't gotta always agree. I don't know, Shannon. What's up with you, sis? I don't know. It's open. If they want to come through, they'll come through. All they gotta do is do a search for Ricky Williams. But I got a question though, since we gonna talk about it. What's good with you, my boy?
What's good with it, big bro?
It ain't shit, man. We just gonna talk. We gonna talk some shit, swallow some spit, as my sister like to say. What's happening with you?
Nah, shit, man. I know. Look, I know everybody ain't impressed with probably particular candidates, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure the majority of us cannot go through and tell you more than two or three things about the candidate that they actually know because people too lazy to read and too lazy to investigate. It's too easy to take somebody else's word for it. And
Mm-hmm.
just like he said, people was sick. They was telling them who to vote for. That ain't never been my argument. My argument just been the motherfucking vote.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so why do you vote? Do you think I actually think it makes a difference?
Yep.
Okay, explain, expound.
I haven't lost hope in humanity, and I haven't lost hope in us. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? And I understand whether I vote or whether I don't vote, I'm going to participate. Whether it's by omission or whether it's by my participation. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't vote, you still paying taxes. Your motherfucking ass still going to clock in, so you still participating either way.
Okay, so do you believe in the voting system, the so-called democracy? Do you
I'm
believe?
not. I'm not. I'm not one. Hey, look, I'm not one of those that don't. I'm not one of those that don't. And you know what I'm saying? I already know that anybody can Google anything and pull up at least one instance of anything. So it's always plausible deniability in everything. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers will omit the facts or omit things that they see or know
Mm-hmm.
for likes, comfortability, and for acceptance. So I ain't never wanted to try to influence nobody else's thoughts. I just want people to use their motherfucking mind.
Facts, facts. You know me. I just want you to think. Whatever decision you make is yours to choose. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Right.
but this the way I feel about the voting process, right? I look at it like this. To me personally, the only votes that really count is the ones for like your local city stuff. You know what I'm saying? City and state stuff. Or really not state, to be honest. Right? I look at politics like this, right? Basically, did I ever give you the cereal? Did I ever give y'all the cereal analogy? People in the chat, if y'all been rocking with me, have I ever gave y'all the cereal analogy? If you heard of the cereal analogy, say press one. If you didn't, say press two. If you haven't heard the cereal analogy, press two. You know,
Everybody got taglines. Everybody got complaints.
there you
And
go.
Rick, let me ask you this too. What do black folks all agree on that they want is reparations? And how the fuck can we ask for reparations for black folks or ask for anybody to do anything for black folks in a country where they never intended for your motherfucking ass to be counted in the first place?
Right, I got you. I understand. I
I,
understand.
I
But
think it sounds a bit. I think it sounds a bit ignorant. I
I,
think what you should be asking is reparations for motherfucking Americans, like free healthcare or free education or
okay.
kickbacks like that for all Americans, not conditioning shit to be all for black folks, because your motherfucking ass is never intended to be counted in this motherfucking anyway. We already getting something that they didn't intend.
Well, okay. So I hear what you're saying, and I'll come back to it. Right, but this is what I'm saying. What's up with you, sis? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm great. Just we burning the link like oil because I ain't sleepy. I hope we can go have you for a minute, right? So let me make my point, and then I'll jump over to you if that's okay, right? Um, so this is the way I look at politics, right? Let's say you come to my house, right? And it's my job to feed you, right? You're a guest, right? You're a guest. It's my job to feed you. And what I do is when you wake up in the morning and you go to make breakfast, I come down and greet you. I say, you know what? For breakfast, we got either Cheerios or Frosted Flakes. Right? Now, you can complain about the two as much as you want. Right? Well, I don't like Frosted Flakes. I don't like Cheerios, but your ass want to eat. Right? So you say Cheerios. So I say, fine, great, thumbs up. I'll come and I'll make you a bowl of cereal. I'll pour your milk. I'll give you a spoon and you eat it. That's the political system. Right? I control the choices. So no matter what you pick, I'm okay with it. Right? The simple fact that we only have two major political parties in this country of so many people should explain to y'all that it's rigged. Why is it only two options? Hell,
there's more than that.
How? But only two make it to court, correct?
Well, why? Is it because the support for the independent or any other party hasn't been used or driven?
Correct. But
how come we, Rick, how come people that aren't in our positions haven't come up with less motherfucking taglines or teardowns and more solutions or become the solution, Rick?
No, the reason is, bro, because you were never meant to be the solution. Not within this system, not within this infrastructure.
But right? Rick, you was never meant to get what you got now, Rick, and you got it because somebody fought for you to get it, Rick.
Nope. See, that's the misconception. Hey, so let me school you a little bit, young Jedi, right? What y'all don't understand is that y'all look at this place like you're free. You're not free. None of us are free, right? What they simply did is move the plantations from the South to the national scales. You talk about some shit about talking about, right? We didn't get something. No, you still a slave, my guy. All of us is. That's why look at Kyrie Irving, and that's what people don't understand, right? You look at Kyrie Irving and Kanye West, people who billionaires, but still subject to some type of penalties up under the government, business, and corporations. When what y'all don't really understand is that this country is not a country, it's a corporation, it's a business, it's an oligarchy.
But it had to evolve. Just with everything else, it had to evolve. It could no longer stay up under its current form. It had to be evolved. It had to evolve. Why did it have to evolve? Because technology won, and because of evolution too, and our minds evolving as well, and them not being able to do it in the same way. So what I'm saying to you is this: we understand these things now. You understand how you're being attacked. There is no excuse not we are not under a veil anymore. We understand how we are being attacked, and we have these forms with which to use these to know. So what is it now? So it's to know how to be attacked and to not do anything or to fight back in some type of way.
Correct. Okay, what you said is fight back. So again, let me explain, bro. Right? What y'all don't understand is the system, and it's that way for a reason. That system of voting and the system of establishing government was meant to oppress people regardless, and it hasn't changed. It's not going to change no matter what the fuck you vote, because what's going to happen is they just rotate people. That's all they do. Hold on. They were never, those politicians are no politician has ever solved a problem. They never will, because it's about money. What y'all don't understand, for us to get from up under this system, it has to be destroyed. That requires war, and people don't want to do that.
So let me ask you this thing. Okay. War is the only solution that you have?
Correct.
Let me ask you this. What society has a solution that is working?
What do you mean?
What okay, so if this system is one that will not work and the only solution is war, provide me a solution that does not involve war. Provide us a solution, not the breakdown of the problem, not how the fuck the system does not work, because everybody has complaints, ideas, theories, conspiracies on why it doesn't. I'm tired of hearing why it doesn't, right? Listen, I know all of why marriages don't motherfucking work. I never seen a valid one growing up, Rick. Okay? I never saw black love, Rick. Right? So I don't want to know. So Rick, I don't want to know no more how it don't work. I don't want to know how relationships don't work no more. I want to know how they do motherfucking work. I want a solution on what does work, Rick. That's what I'm asking for. And that's what I'm saying. Everybody has got a conspiracy, an idea, or a reason why not to, why to quit, why to give up. I don't need any more of those. I need a solution.
The solution is what I gave you, my bro. But again,
Nothing but destruction.
Correct. Because
okay.
Look, bro.
And what after?
You rebuild it correctly.
How? If there's no, but provide the solution, Rick. Because again, I ask you what the solution is, and you say, okay, destroy it and rebuild it. Rebuild it how?
The solution is, as I told you before, because you rock with me, bro. Men have to learn to be men of honor. The problem is, and we need to learn that we need to learn how to barter and actually move in good faith, because money eliminates that. Right? Money alleviates everybody of their morality and their morality and their good nature. To be honest, it's an excuse to do bad. So as long as money is the root of everything, bro, as long as money is everybody's motive, it's gonna always be fucked up. That's the way they gonna control you. That's the way they gonna manipulate you, and that's how it's gonna go today. And again, what y'all continue to do is vote for a system that's based on a capitalistic subframe, which is meant to keep some people at the top and some people at the bottom.
So why do we continue to participate in such thing? If you understand this, Rick, why haven't you got outside the United States construct?
I'm asking you, because I can't afford to. If I could afford it, I'd have been out this bitch already.
Listen, I don't subscribe to that, Rick. I don't subscribe to that. That's why I haven't. But I'm telling you now, I'm getting passports. Before this motherfucking year is out, I'm getting passports.
Right.
Because again, what you asking for, and what you're going to get, I don't know if you really want, but we gonna see. You getting what you asked for.
You
finna get what y'all finna get what you asked for. So guess what? The revisionist history that we all have, that we're all able to do on all the other bullshit before, guess what? You're not able to do all the time. So maybe this is the time where we won't be able to go back and look. Like we were able to go back and look at the 94 crime bill and tear it down and break down what worked and what wouldn't. Maybe we won't have it this time. We've had it all the other times before. We will see. But I tell you what, just like you ain't betting on the human condition to do the right thing, I'm not betting on it either. That's why I'm getting me some motherfucking passports. I'm tired of betting on y'all just like you tired of betting on us. Right. I feel the same way you do.
Can I say something, Rick?
Yeah, what you got?
I want to salute to the panel, salute to Rick. I think 817, I think you misguided. You believe that a passport is your key to freedom. When I look at my passport,
I'm a prisoner anywhere I go, according to y'all.
Hey, hold on. We're not gonna do that. Everybody get to finish their thought and then you rebut, bro. We ain't gonna do that shit, bro.
Thank you. Okay, so what I want to say is, your passport is not your key to freedom. They control that too. It says that's a United States document. To get a passport, you have to send your birth certificate, your ID, and all of that shit to the State Department. So you are allowed to move freely with the United States passport, but you still under the United States, under the construct. What we keep thinking is that this construct is only for the Western Hemisphere. This is a it's called global white supremacy. That's the construct. Global.
Hey, B, it's not even white supremacy. This ain't got shit to do with black and white. It's about money. That's what people don't understand. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and I'll let you finish your thought, even after I told not to cut nobody off, right? But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. As a whole, white people don't give a fuck about what niggas be doing. This is just the honest to God truth. That's some shit we hold on within our heads, bruh. Right? Everybody out here chasing money, bruh. This is like, I don't get what people don't know. That's what it's about. It's about money. And somebody said in the chat, and this is exactly what people don't understand, is that when you vote, you legitimize the system, right? What y'all don't understand, right, is that when y'all participate, it's the same with the goddamn shot, bruh. Like when y'all volunteer yourselves to the system. Y'all don't understand. This system has no power without people. Once the people give up on it, it'll tear itself down. See, but the problem is that, again, what it is that people don't trust each other like they should, right? I don't rely on my brother because I understand you got to eat, I got to eat, right? It's survival of the fittest. But if we all realize that we are supposed to be a community and that I can trust my brother the way I trust myself, we'd be able to get it going. But that'll never happen. Because that would be asking an animal, a mammal, no matter what y'all say, we just sophisticated animals. That's all we is, right? Able to communicate and socialize with each other, bruh. That's all we are. And no matter what, if push come to shove, an animal's going to save themselves.
Well, back to what I was saying. When it comes to money, I don't believe that. Money is fiat, especially in America. It's not backed by nothing, and they print it every day. So it's not about money. It's actually the construct of white supremacy, because you say they don't care about niggas, they surveil us. Most of our organizations that have been for black people, they have been infiltrated and have been compromised. We have a history. We have a history of COINTELPRO. We have a history of them meddling our affairs. We have a history of them being concerned with what black people have always been doing. Now, when it comes to money, money don't mean nothing. Money means nothing. We give it, we validate it, like you said, Rick, that we validate the system. It doesn't matter if us being born does that to the system. So it doesn't matter. What we have to do is what you said, which is destroy the system from the ground up. You have to destroy it. And I know what 817 comes from, and I'll just say this to 817. I know why you feel the way you feel on a lot of issues, because you partial to the dominant society, because you sleep next to them every night. So it's difficult to talk black, but then sleep another way. And I just leave it at that. That wasn't a shot at you. That wasn't a shot. That wasn't a shot.
I understand. Hold on. Let me say
that wasn't a shot, though, brother.
I understand. Listen, I understand what you're saying, and I'm not going to dispel it. I'm not going to take my time trying to validate what the fuck I do with myself. Because what I choose, I got the answer for, right? You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, nobody else can answer for any transgression or anything I've done. Nobody but me. So I don't give a fuck how anybody feels about that. That's neither here nor there, right? My blackness don't depend on who the fuck I fuck with, where or none of that. None of that to me. And I define my blackness. How you define it is fine. That's your personal thing, bro. I got a personal responsibility to me and how the fuck I feel, and I got the answer for any sins that I commit. Right? Now, moving forward. In regards to a passport, that's my fucking point. If I'm a motherfucking slave here, I'm a motherfucking slave anywhere. And anywhere on this motherfucker, commerce is needed to survive. Anywhere on this motherfucker, anywhere, unless we living off the land in masses and own it, and we don't, nowhere. So and ain't none of us, if anything, right? Ain't none of us never quote unquote been free. But the first sniff of any freedom is this first generation. But I'm not no fucking fool. I understand that we don't have control, but I understand why we don't have control. And I understand the little bit of power that we have. We won't band together to use it. We're too busy finding reasons why not to. Like I said, we have all the problems, and we have all the problems figured out. We have no solutions and no one that wants to push the solution. Tell me, what black motherfucker right now are we all willing to get behind that we feel all resembles us and what the fuck we want and need?
There's no such thing.
None.
Hold up.
None. I agree.
Hold up. BJ Tight, what you got on it?
I still believe in voting right now. I'd say that my faith in the system has been shaken over the last, let's say, maybe 10, 12 years or so. Um, I did sit out the last one, but I don't know. Well, as far as presidential is concerned, but I don't know if I'll be able to sit out this one. I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens, whether or not I'll continue to participate. But as far as what you guys were saying about the political parties, I generally agree that there should be more than one party. I also think that they should do the split ticket for the electoral college. I don't think they should do the winner takes all for the electoral college votes, and that way it'll give the minority voices, give them a little bit more power when it comes to your Texas, your New York, and your California, states like that.
My sister, how do we get that though? How do we attack those things? We participate in this system, and Ricky is telling us it's foolish to participate in this system to break it down in that way. He's just telling us not to participate at all and let it crumble, and then build it that way. Not to participate in this system and rebuild it.
I mean, yeah. I definitely can feel the sentiment. I understand it perfectly. It's just that right now where I am, I don't know if I'm ready to go that far with it yet. I'm still just kind of waiting around and see what happens over the next maybe 3-4 elections. But if nothing changes, it's definitely going to come to that point, because if we do have an oligarchy, and I tend to agree, because at this point, all 3 branches of government have been bought, basically. They no longer represent or work for the people. It's going to come to a head where the people are going to uprise, just like how they did when we gained our independence from Europe or whatever. It's going to come to a head. It's inevitable. It's just all about when is that cork going to come out that bottle.
Hey Rick, can I ask you this?
Of course.
Now, with her statements, I agree with her statements as well. Now, my question is this. We've gotten to this point to where we no longer, we no longer have faith in the system to where it was able to be bought, is my belief. You know what I'm saying? We turned away from the system and its belief in it for whatever reasons, good, bad, or indifferent, right? Like, there's validity to motherfuckers being afraid to taking vaccines and things because of history before, right?
Mm-hmm.
If there was nothing ever to point to, there would be nothing ever to stand on. So I get where everybody is coming from. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about solutions here, right? But I feel as though everybody turned their back and allowed shit to get this way. Everybody turned their back and allowed the Supreme Court to be stuffed. Everybody turned their back and allowed these neighborhoods to be redlined and these districts to be rezoned to skew the numbers in order for them to pick up more seats. You know what I'm saying? I understand how I'm saying I took the time to try to understand the system so I can understand how to attack it, just like they using it and manipulating it. Right? That's her view is somewhat like that as well. You're saying just fuck it all. Don't participate in none of it and let it crumble and then try to build from there. My thing is, Rick, what is the solution? Because you're saying let it crumble, but every day when you get up and go clock in or whatever, you're paying taxes and playing into the system, but not, having a voice in any other way. And you're paying taxes on your goods and services and everything else. So you participating in that way, but not participating in any other way. So I'm just trying to find a solution, bro.
I know you are, bro, but this is what I'm saying. You conflating, you overlapping issues that don't tie into the main point. You see what I'm saying? Now this is what I'm saying. You can't knock a man for working because we gotta fucking eat, bro.
Right. I agree.
Right? We gotta eat. And no matter what nobody says, it's getting to the point where you can't even damn near farm, have a garden on your own land sometimes, depending on what city and state you're in, right? That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this, bro. What I'm saying is this. Just like what you said, commerce must happen. It has to happen. And what's happening is that we rely on this government that no matter what you say, no matter how you vote, bruh, it doesn't matter. You can't tell me the last time a candidate actually did something for their constituents. It doesn't happen. They do shit for big business. Now, if you wanted the peaceful way, and I have to apologize, I was wrong. There is a peaceful way to do it, but that would require niggas to come together and bring their money and start buying candidates. Right? But then that means you can't go buy Gucci like you want to. That means you can't have a big house. That means you can't have a big car. Right? But again, that's a problem with our people. Nobody wants to see the big picture.
They doing it.
Right? Yeah, they're going to continue to do it. And I wanted to address what Brandon said about the Black Panthers and shit like that. Okay. So if you was in power, you do the same thing?
No, I wouldn't.
Yes, you would. Don't lie. This what y'all don't understand. Look, it's a
They know that.
Hold on, just hold on, bro. I'm gonna let y'all cook, bro. Right? This why y'all don't understand is why y'all don't understand why they call us civilians. Civilians only exist at wartime. Y'all know that, right? Civilians only exist at wartime. Right? They call you civilian because y'all in a war. It's an economic war. It's a war for power that y'all don't recognize. And like I said before, even though everybody said y'all be on a good foot, that y'all would do the shit that they wouldn't do, bro. If y'all ran this country and if it was an uprising of people trying to break the system that you developed to keep another person under your foot, you do the same shit. You do the same shit. If blacks was in charge of this company and Caucasians was a minority party coming up to dismantle everything we built and make something for them, y'all do the exact same thing. You say you wouldn't, but the problem is, like I said, all these niggas y'all's fucking domesticated. Power is not released under peace. Power is taken. We've been voting since they supposedly allowed people to vote, right? Again, we was outside of their system. We didn't exist in their system. We the ones who fucking Martin Luther King and all them goofies wanted to be involved in this shit. We had our own economics. We had our own Wall Street. We had everything within ourselves. So stop telling me we can't do it by ourselves because we can. We don't need them. Right? It's just y'all comfortable. Y'all like buying with them. Y'all like shopping with them. Because again, since these last years, everybody's been indoctrinated that the white man is God. And y'all, no matter what y'all say, y'all look at them greater than y'all do yourselves.
I'm not looking for a motherfucking handout. That's my whole thing.
Let me say something right quick. You cooked already. Let me get this in. Rick, you said that we would treat them the same way we were dominant. That's not true, and it's shown throughout history that we, even in Africa, they are the majority. Black people, the majority, right? But they not dominating the white people in Africa. And when they came into Africa, they came under. We treated them humanely. We didn't disrespect them. So we have a history of not. When you see black people in charge, or when we have a history of not doing that to white people. So that's not the way we lead. Now, that's number one.
Glad you said that. Let me know when you're done.
And also, if we do, it's us emulating the colonizers. So we know that behavior is emulated. Now, when it comes to 817, I heard you say you studied the system and you learn how to maneuver through it. Could it be because you have a woman who belongs to the dominant society and she's helping you guide yourself through the system? Is that possible? Because
my education is not dependent upon who I sleep with. Get the fuck out of here. That's an insult to my intelligence.
I'm not trying to insult you. I'm asking a question. That's all.
No, sir. Come on, bro.
Questions. Because I'm trying to get insight as well. Because maybe what you doing as far as being with a woman that's part of the dominant society, and you talk about how maybe that could be a solution that works for you because maybe she's helping you maneuver through the society because she's part of the dominant society.
See,
That's
here's
why I asked you. So that's why I was asking that, and you
okay.
was
Well,
talking about
well, let me
solution.
let me let me tell you this, bro.
Go
See,
ahead.
here's the problem, right? You too worried about what the fuck I'm sleeping with, to worried about what the fuck I'm thinking about. Let me explain something to you.
See, you being,
As a
I'm
young
not
black
trying
man,
to insult you, bro. All right, go ahead.
Finish talking, man.
as a young black man that grew up in the inner city, all right, and was brought up in this world and was thinking of things of the world, right, and putting those things first, right. um my understanding of government, how this system worked, how
Listen,
schools got money, how neighborhoods look better than others, things of that nature, right? My mind was not focused on those, right? Then when I got a job and start earning money, I started looking at who I was cutting taxes to and who FICA was and shit like that, because the more hours I worked, I was looking to get more money, right? And so I started investigating that. Then as I got older as a grown man, no matter again who the fuck I was fucking with, I was seeing where the fuck my money was going and what the fuck was happening with my community. That's what made me start to study this system that we're participating in. And what I'm saying to you is generally most of us are living in the world, are of the world, and are blinded by the general things that, consume us daily. How to get back and forth to work? Is our car gonna make it? Feeding the kids, so on and so forth, and not paying attention to the system that we are all participating
817.
in. And now I have taken, and now in my older age, I have taken more of an interest in it. It has nothing, it has never had nothing to do with where the fuck I was putting my penis.
That's not, no. See, what I'm asking you is because you are with a woman who belongs to the dominant society, is it possible that you have learned certain things about the dominant society which give you an advantage to help you maneuver through it? That's what I'm asking
Absolutely
you.
not, because
Yeah, okay. All right, cool.
I integrated myself into this world long before this relationship. I understood that this entire world did not look just like me and that I was going to have to get out amongst other people to survive in this motherfucker. And I did it at an early age, somewhat in where the situations I was put in, I was able to test some of the things I was taught, some of the things that were passed to me. I was able to actually get equity on those things and find out, in my experience, were they valid or were they invalid. So my experience here on this earth and on this land, and your experience here may be two different things, and you may quantify things as such. But understand, where I put my penis does not have an influence on my motherfucking vote.
I don't believe that.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
give a, and again,
Hey,
that's your
stop,
that's your
stop.
part. That's for you.
We about to
That's
pivot.
for me to live with, and for you to figure out how to be okay with.
Facts. We about to pivot. We about to pivot. Next question. How long before the melanated American vanishes? How long before the black American vanishes? Right. I asked this question because it seems like there's a lot of separation going on between black men and white women. It looks like the numbers are down as far as black children being birthed on an exponential level. They're saying by the year 2050 that the black population will be reduced here on the North American soil to less than 10%. Sis, how long do you think it'll be before the melanated American vanishes?
He said 2050 was the marker that they gave out.
For less than 10% of black Americans.
Yeah, I'd say probably about that 2050, 2040, something like that. Because I know it's not as widespread for it to be, completely disappeared or, to reach that 10%. But I see it like right before my very eyes. A cousin of mine, well, cousin of my mom's, I should say, I watched her children, like just in 4 generations, they're not even the same color no more. They don't even look the same anymore. And it weirds me out. And I think it's gonna 2040, 2045, something like that. It ain't gonna take much. As much as we like to say that we have the dominant gene and everything like that, you look at that Punnett square, it's still pretty. It's still gonna happen. You can still breed out your melanin. I saw it go before my very own eyes.
Okay, what you think, B?
Yeah, I don't think. Here's the thing. I'm sorry, my mouth is full. I'm sorry. When they freed us, they thought we was gonna die out. That's what they thought. They tried to displace us. They tried to send us to Liberia, looking at different other places. But the consensus was leave the black people alone; they'll die out. So that's what Lincoln them and all of them, they were thinking that once they let us go, we would die out. But it didn't happen. But our numbers are still damn near around 13%. So if we go from 13 to 10, that means we still here. So I don't believe we're going anywhere no time soon unless black people are bred off the earth in general. It'll always be here. So I just think that with the advent of us able to sleep with sleep with the dominant society, I think that's what plays a lot into it as well. So I think that's where a lot of that comes from.
Okay, so if they having sex with a dominant society, that means the DNA gets filtered down from generation to generation, correct?
Yes, but as you know, that gene, if you keep weakening it, then it goes all the way recessive. So eventually, that's where the recessive gene comes in at.
Correct. The black gene will also become recessive.
Yes, but
right. So what's the number?
What do you say, Rick? I'm sorry.
So what's the number? What year do you think it'll happen?
I don't know. I don't think that, man. That's hard. I don't know, man. I'm sorry, man. I don't know. That's a hard one.
Is it, B, though? We're looking at today's society.
It is.
Where it's harder.
Because we always been here.
Listen to what I'm saying, bro.
You know what I mean?
Slow down,
okay.
Bro.
All right.
Right? Like, so if you think about it, right? Especially if you look at where we at in the discussions we have, and I'm just being honest, out in the streets, like y'all said, what I see here in my neighborhood, I'm in a predominantly white state, predominantly white city, right? All I see is black boys marrying white girls, right? That's all I see. Everywhere I turn, is some black boy that's had some black man, some black boy that's having a kid by a white girl, and their kids is mixing. Hazel eyes and popped out and good. I ain't gonna say good hair, but y'all know thinner hair, stuff like that. Right. And with that being said, if we look at the issues we have as far as mating, as far as our people as a whole mating, it's getting to the point where, like, my middle son, my kids on down, none of them had no kids except my daughter. None of them. Right. We did, again, from experience with us, even though we did better than our parents, we still had hardships. We still had stuff that we had to weigh on. And, our kids had other kids to look at. And then the internet came, a major part of everybody's life. So, again, they can compare with everybody else and the other kids that get stuff that they want that they can't have. Right. So when they grow up, they have those thoughts in their head. I don't want my kids going through that. I don't want to have kids unless I'm super straight. And that's where you get right now with the current generation that's coming up, right? That's coming into prominence, right? That's calling me an old head, call us the old heads and the OGs and stuff like that, right? Now, what is it that they money got to be super right? They not doing shit. It's all about the bag. I want to make sure I got the bag before I have anything, right? But with the pursuit of the bag, if you're looking for that and you don't get it when you want it, how you want it, when you thought you was going to have a kid, 29, 30 turns to, 39, 40, then turns to 49, 50. You see what I'm saying? So instead of families having, y'all think about it when we was little, when I was a youngster, I was born in 73. Families had 7 or 8 kids, right? When it came up to my time, right? Me as a grown up, the most I usually heard somebody say if there was a woman that had kids was 5, right? Most dudes I knew have somewhere in between 1 and 3 kids. And nowadays, the families that's coming up, the ones that's in promises, the young bulls, right? They got 1 kid. Ooh, girl, I'm stopping at 1. The father like, nah, I can't do more than 1, man. That's cutting into my budget. And not only that, the difficulties we have with people maintaining long-term relationships and being a family to raise a child.
Ain't nobody staying together broke during these times. We watched our parents break up trying to stay together being broke.
Right? So it has to be a number on when it's going to end, right? This ain't a chicken farm. You just can't throw black folks together and fuck them and then get little chicks and get more eggs. No, bruh. Like, you got to have sex to make babies. And our people, while they might be having sex, these clinics are still open in most cities. Most of them taking Plan Bs. Everybody doing whatever they want. They want to do how they want to do it, except having kids. So the number has to exist.
So Rick, here, you making great points. All y'all making great points. The brother just made a great point a second ago. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like that. I see a lot of black relationships out of here. I see a lot of interracial ones too. I mean, it's somewhat the climate here in my state. But then again, you know what I'm saying? Just for everyone I see, like mine, I see 10 that ain't. You dig what I'm saying? But again, I know I watch all the black, all my family struggle and break up, trying to stay together, being broke together, not wanting to grind together to make it, or not knowing how. Not sticking together, not staying together. But I tend to say that's the same attitude everybody take with this system. It's the same type of attitude. Motherfuckers get exhausted, tired, or don't see no solutions, and they rather give up. It's easier to quit on your relationship than fight through it. It's easier to skip out on having kids than having that kid, paying the bills, going through that, and going through the struggle. That's what everybody's seeing. They find every excuse not to, and not solutions on how to work together and do it. It's the same attitude, Rick. And if you promote the same attitude in one place, how can you not carry it over to the other? That's my question.
I'll say this. I think with the way society set up, I tell you, once I got put on child support after, even before my divorce, because I had a daughter before I got married, but I never wanted no more children after what I went through. Because of what I went through, it wasn't though. See, here's the thing: we get the misconception as though if we have children, we can't take care of them. That's not true. We may struggle, but the birds have as many birds as they can, and it's a way, and the birds are still being taken care of. Everything is still taken care of, so we'll find a way. Would it be certain hardships? Of course, but it's because our own selfishness, because of the luxuries that this country has to offer, and the more mouths you had to feed, the less it takes away from you, and the luxuries that they put in front of us. So what that means is, because of the way the system was set up, I didn't want to have any more children. But if the system wasn't set up the way it was, where they can just reach in my pocket, determine an amount based on what I make, determine an amount, not even see that I've never not taken care of my children. I've never had a problem taking care of my children, but I have a problem with being manipulated by a system when a woman can control that based on how she feels about me at the current time. And also I'm defined by my child based on how much can I pay. And that's what goes out into the world. That's why I say it's not about money. That's why that's some material BS. I shouldn't be judged based on how much money I bring home, or how much money. I should be judged on my character, what kind of man I am, what kind of values I hold. Now, I'm not saying that in a broke mentality, because I'm gonna be honest. I'm at work now. I work in corporate America. So I don't disagree with that, but the way the system is set up, I can understand why people don't want to have children, especially black people, because it's hard on us, man. Nobody wants to go and ask for handouts. Nobody wants to go stand in the line for financial assistance. Nobody wants to do these things. And most of us, because of the structure of the system, that's what happens to most of us. So we'd rather have one and not have none, and be like, F it, I'm just going to live my life, which is selfish, which it goes back to what you're saying, Rick. If we do that, then we'll start being like what the Japanese and stuff like that. They won't even have sex with each other. They have government programs to make them have sex, that kind of thing. So I wanted that's probably gonna be what's on the horizon.
No, why would the government make black people have sex to have kids? They wouldn't.
I'm just saying.
See what I'm saying? Like,
You're right though. Good stuff, Rick.
this is what I'm saying, right? It's like, and my this is just my understanding, guys. Y'all might agree with me, but y'all might not. I honestly believe that the shit that was done to our people intentionally is on autopilot, right? Because what happened is we've been programmed to think certain ways, and once you train an animal, there's no need for you to close the gate, right? You don't have to go. Once you train a dog the right way, you ain't got to worry about him running out the gate. That dog will sit until you get home. Right? That's what our people do. Because our belief systems are shaped and the way we think are shaped already, bruh. We do it to ourselves. And that's why I tell everybody we need to change our way of thinking, because the way we think and the way we was raised was fucked up, bruh.
I agree.
The first part of figuring out life is realizing that everything you was taught was a lie. How can this country tell you it was a country of God where the first thing they taught you to do when you got your ass in school was pledge allegiance to the flag? That's a question.
I remember asking my mama, why you walking me into a church and we praying to a white Jesus on the wall and getting told to shut up at 7 years old.
Right? This is a fact right here, Anton. You correct. That's why I tell you most people aren't capable of independent thought. Like y'all see it every day. Right? Again, that's why I wanted to pivot to the Kanye West situation. Y'all don't like him because he think different. That's just the honest to God truth. How is it that y'all sit up there and y'all treat Kanye? This is what's crazy to me about the Kanye situation, y'all. Listen. So Kanye is speaking out on the days, right? The days, these people, right? You know, the invisible man behind the curtain, right? And y'all talk about them all the time on every single panel, right? White supremacy, these people, this stuff, blah, 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 right? But as soon as he do something y'all don't like wear a White Lives Matter t-shirt, y'all the same people cheerleading that the days are able to cancel him. They ain't gonna let Kanye get away with that. That nigga Kyrie talking about the flat earth. They ain't gonna let him get away with that. He talking about them Jesuits. What part of the game is that?
Still lending power to him.
What part of the game is that? Y'all don't realize how stupid y'all be looking. What's the difference between him putting on a White Matter shirt and you putting on a Black Lives Matter shirt? What's the difference? I'm just being honest. I'm asking y'all a question.
Oh, I didn't get turned up by that. And also I understand when you speak out against the elite, I understand what happened. So I saw what happened with Professor Griff. I was around for that. I saw what happened to Minister Farrakhan. I saw what happened to Dr. Khaled. I saw what happened to all these men. So I saw what they did to Nick Cannon. Hell, I even see that the head of the ADL, they got a goddamn podcast together. Not only do they have a podcast together, after what happened to Nick Cannon, they started the Black and Jewish Hollywood Defense some league or something like that. So they started a whole basically I'm not surprised, and it just shows the ignorance of a lot of us when we see things happening. We should just reserve judgment a lot of times, or just learn more, because we have a history with the people that Kanye and Kyrie are talking about. It's books written about it. It's called A Secret History Between Us and Them, part 1, 2, 3, and it's in their own words. So I think we are ignorant to a lot of this, and when we come up against these people, we find out who the real power is, and once we find that out, we go stick our head back in the sand because that power is awesome. Like you said, Rick, whether we admit it or not, those people are our gods. We won't admit it, but they are.
Well, I would just well, I'm all listen. I'm all for the new party. I'm all for the new construct. I'm all for Kanye realizing it, exposing it, and I'm all for going to get their own. And I wish everybody would get in behind them and go get and go behind them to get our own. Like there's no more. I don't think me myself, I just don't think there's any more excuses not to be informed on what you need to be informed on. And I don't think I don't think black people have the luxury of having any more excuses or taking the time to use any more excuses. Like the time to act, really, you know what I'm saying? At least for my generation or whatnot. I mean, revisionist history we could say was then or whatever, but it really is now. You know what I'm saying? Amongst all of this, if these brothers don't understand, the ones that are in these positions, that they got to build their own from the ground up, and that we are enough, and that we'll draw enough to where we won't, need the help from anyone else. Therefore, we'll never have to return to anyone else. And you know what I'm saying? Be canceled. Like it can't cancel you if they're not a part of you.
Hey,
Exactly.
one second. Do you know what Jay-Z said? They asked Jay-Z the other day. They asked him about owning businesses. He said it and it crystallized when it showed with Kanye. He said you can't own 100% of nothing. They won't let you. He
Right.
said they won't let you own 100% of nothing. Meaning, even if we went and got our own, no matter what, that's not to say that we shouldn't do it, we shouldn't work toward it. But at the end of the day, if we go get our own, we need to figure out how to protect it. I want to
There
figure
you
out how to
go.
protect it.
There
I
you
just want
go.
to figure out how to protect it.
There you go,
Because
my. See, that's what I'm getting at, my bro. That's what I'm getting at. More than anything else, that's what I'm attacking more than anything else. The attitude, just how you fixed it. You know what I'm saying? Just how you said. They asked Jay-Z that question, and the brother said they'll never let you have 100% of nothing, right? If 100% of us, all of our being, truly understands and believes that to be the case, then we will no longer make an effort, and we are all doomed. Like, and you just turned it to say that because you know what I'm saying. In saying that, that's the understanding that that's just accepted doom. You know what I'm saying? There has to be a belief that we can do it, and it be 100% protected, right? And it be ours and be protected, bro. And if we don't have that, then the question that Rick is asking, how long? It's not a if it is he's right. It's only a win if that isn't the goal, or if that's not something that ideal that we try to hold on to.
But how again, this is why I tell you again, my shit is circular because it's based on the truth, right? So with that being said, right? So again, how can you own 100% of anything when you don't control the cash flow? When you don't control the capital, you don't control the assets, right? No matter what y'all say at the end of the day, right? These people that are in power, right? If you get too big for your britches, he who controls the gold controls the rules,
I
right?
agree.
Right. So as long as we're using their system, the Fed, for again commerce purposes, because that's what it's all about is commerce. We in a sea of commerce. That's a different conversation. You know what I'm saying? But as long as they continue to, and y'all, hey, it's simply what it is. Money is weaponized. It's a weapon, right? So as long as they can continue to weaponize the economics and the money, bro, it doesn't matter. The only way you get that out of their hands is with war. They're not going to release it to you. They're not. You got to do it the same way they did it, and they stole it.
But we don't have the numbers, Rick.
Yo,
Worldwide, do we have the numbers?
let me explain. Let me explain, bro.
Okay.
They are the 1%.
Facts.
They are 1%.
Our currency has to be legitimized. Like a new currency.
You know who legitimizes the currency? The people.
Correct.
right? So as long as we honor it, it'll be honored. As long as we say, hey, as long as we all come in agreement and say, hey, this is the means we're using for commerce, it'll be accepted. Just like a credit card or a check or food stamps or EBT.
And that's what got Gaddafi killed.
Right? That's why the government now is trying to monopolize crypto, because the people accepted it. They didn't have shit to do with it. Because the people accepted crypto. You see what I'm saying? This is why they trying to get XRP and Ripple up under the government right now. Right? But y'all don't understand, the government only exists because the people aren't responsible.
Ooh, fire.
I agree.
Teach, Rick.
I agree.
Ooh, teach that, Rick.
That's
Come
the
on.
reason. You wouldn't need insurance if you hit somebody's car and you was an honorable man. Man, I hit your car, man. What I got to do to fix it? You wouldn't need child support if men and women were honorable in their dealings with each other.
Come on, Rick.
You on fire, bro. This not working out. I'm going to go do this, but I'm telling you, I'm going to take care of my child, no doubt. Whatever you need, babe, no worry, I got you.
Facts. Because it's done every day without the system. You're right.
It is. And the dominant society shows us how to do it. When Donald Sterling was bringing that woman to the games, his wife didn't go on social media and trash that woman and, oh, Vivian Stanano, and she didn't do anything. She stayed with that man, stayed behind the scenes. They quality gapped that money up. She said that she's not going to divorce him because the lawyers would make a bunch of money and it will hurt their wealth. So what she did, these are the things we got to take our cues from and not be so reactionary and upset, because I get upset too, especially when I feel as though I'm being talked down to or mistreated. But we have to learn how to control that. That's the thing about us that we've been pegged, that the study on us is we're emotional people. When you read the dossier on us and then you start reading the breakdown of how they assess us, that's one of the things that they get us with is emotion. And we tend not to sit down. We can be, but we don't act like a logical people.
The sum is greater than the parts.
Yeah, there you go. So this is a beautiful conversation, Rick. Man, I'm at work. I'll be looking for you more often, Rick. I wish you would do this more often. I don't know what your work schedule is, but man, you have beautiful conversations, bro, and it gives people a chance to get insight in without stepping over each other, without the host being disrespectful, low key, taking shots, that type of thing. So I appreciate your space, Rick. 817. It's always a pleasure, bro. So
you know it.
Like I said, we can disagree, bro. There's nothing wrong with disagreement. That's how ideas brew. You know what I mean?
That's how we get here. You're right.
How ideas brew. But like
that's what's beautiful about the space. You're right, Rick. 100.
Right. So what's the next question? Okay, let's touch in, and I definitely want your input on this, sis. Hold on, because I'll be out. I want your input on this question, okay? The man, the myth, the legend. What's good with you, Bo? Are you there, Yvonne? Are you there?
Hey, what's going on, brother? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, man, it sounds like you're in a snowstorm. What's up with you?
Yeah, it's raining real bad out here in Cali, man. I'm on the road right now. Salute to the brothers on the panel as well. Please excuse the poor audio.
No, you all right? What you got on it, bro?
Well, I just wanted to drop something in right quick that I wish would somehow get saturated amongst black folks some kind of way. I was taught something a long time ago from a mentor. He told me to take my thumb and my index finger on my left hand and on my right hand and form a circle. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so inside the circle, he said, the space inside this circle represents your realm of knowledge. All that you think you know about whatever it is you think you know is represented right there inside that circle. You got to keep in mind that there is more outside of that circle than you understand. And that when he told me that, it changed my whole way of thinking about a lot of things. And I think black people our people are very much caught up within their circumference of awareness. They're not allowing themselves to think outside of that circle. They're not allowing themselves to apply critical thinking to things that have us on lock, like religion, specifically religion. I've always had an issue with what you were talking about earlier to the brother about, what we're worshiping. The imagery that we've been conditioned to worship is that of an individual that is not our skin. And every other race seems to have a deity that looks like them except us. So what is that doing to us subconsciously when we're walking around out here in the United States, seeing all these white folks walking around here? I think subconsciously that makes us worship them. It makes us unable to push past that barrier, and it really clouds our vision about who we are to each other, because we're so busy trying to look up and imitate and be like them, because that's what our God is telling us to be. You feel what I'm saying? I've always had an issue with that particular aspect of our existence here in the United States. We definitely got to do a revamp on that and the educational system. Shit, I don't even think black children learn the same as white children. I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of blowing smoke, but it just doesn't seem like what I've been seeing in school has been working for us in comparison, to me, because we got white teachers in place. We got a lot of females in place that pretty much already have a conditioned experience about black boys, so we get shitted on big time in school.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just think that mainly what I wanted to get across was that circumference of awareness and thinking outside of that circumference of awareness, because just because you don't know about something doesn't mean it's not true. And that's what I think a lot of black people do. You try to kick some knowledge to them. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't believe that. How do you know that? They shoot you down so fast when you try to tell them something enlightening. Share some new methods with them to make some bread, or to get out of that paradigm, or a new way of thinking, and so they won't be so reactive towards bigotry and things like that. So I don't know. I'm just kind of coming off the hold on, police.
They got him. They got him.
He going by. But yeah, brothers, I don't know. I'm just kicking off the top of the dome because I'm listening, and you guys' conversation is really spinning my wheels, and I appreciate that.
Okay, no worries, man. So with that being said, man, let's swing over to the next question. Is religion needed nowadays? Is religion a necessity? What you got on it?
Going first.
You.
I don't think religion is a necessity, not at all. No. I think reading, if you're going to succumb to a religion, I say learn its origins, because I don't think a lot of people are really, we're majority Christian here, and damn near everyone I talk to about it ain't even aware that it's coming from Roman Catholicism. They're not aware about where it comes from. They got their own identification, and I think that if you're going to get involved with something like that, that is such an attachment to your everyday life, you need to understand where it comes from, and also learn them all. Don't just stick with one. Learn them all, because you're going to eventually see that they're all roads leading to the same damn destination, whether it's peace of mind or spirituality, being heightened, as far as your senses. It's all leading to the same damn thing. I don't think personally that it's a necessity, Ricky.
Okay. Mr. Bailey, how you doing, bro?
Hey man, what's going on, Rick?
Hey, we just chopping it up, man. How you doing tonight, my guy?
Man, I'm good, man. First time being on, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate you letting me on, man. I watch your stuff all the time.
It's nothing, bro. It's nothing. So the question at hand is religion needed nowadays, bro?
In what context?
in any context, as far as the I guess the different factions of religion, do you think those are needed? Baptist, Catholic, Precedent, Protestant or whatever it is, Jehovah Witnesses, the saints. Do you think religion is needed?
I mean, that's I think I don't know about religion. I mean, I think belief is needed. Belief in if you look down through history, belief in something has always had its place. Has always been, it's always given a people some strength. If you know what I'm saying. If you look at the Haitian Revolution, I mean the Haitian Revolt, religion has its place of empowerment. You look at the civil rights movement here in the United States. It has its place. I'll say that. I mean, you're not giving me. I mean, you're just saying religion. But then it has its just divisiveness. Like right now, what we're saying with Kyrie Irving. That's divisive.
Do you think that's under a religion, or is that more under a nation of people?
That's a religion. That's a group of a that's a combination of religion and colonization.
Okay.
That issue right there is that's colonization of a nation and religion.
Right. By the Jesuits, correct?
The Rothschilds, Great Britain, all those individuals who lied to the Muslims in that area in order to take over that area and then tell a bunch of people they could go there who has no right to go there. There's a whole lot.
Oh yeah. You're talking about the homeland, right?
Yeah. There's a whole lot tied up in that. It's religion and colonization tied into that. Which Christianity and United States.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing.
I got you.
The Mercator and Mercator map and what the other map that shows Greenland being bigger than Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing.
Yeah. That's all bull stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. Perception is key, right?
Exactly. Perception is reality to some people if you don't have the facts.
Okay, I got you. What you got on it, sis?
I don't necessarily think that religion is needed. I would have to agree with the first gentleman. A belief in a higher power is. I would say the best way to live is to, keep it down to the basics. Treat others how you want to be treated. Be a good person, and everything will, fall into place. I don't necessarily need a religion to to accomplish that.
Mm-hmm. That's all you get.
I mean,
maybe I'm wrong for assuming. My apologies. What you got on the 8?
Wait, what did you assume? I'm curious now.
No, I assumed you had more to it when it came to religion. I'm wrong. My apologies.
No, I mean, I'm not really a religious person. I didn't grow up in, in the church. My parents didn't. They parents didn't. You know what I mean? It's just not something that was a priority in my fam, and my husband's fam neither. So, well, as soon as he got old enough not to have to go, then he didn't go. But his dad wasn't. His mom was, but his dad wasn't.
Okay.
They're a little bit older than my parents. So,
Gotcha. 8, what you got on it, my boy?
I'm in agreement with the sister and the first gentleman. I truly believe that always having faith in or in a higher power greater than yourself. Something bigger than yourself is good. You know what I mean? But as far as a particular religion, no, because many of us here don't even know where and who we derive from. I mean, of course, by this construct. So Again, like I said, at age 7, I remember going into church and sitting there and looking from the pew and looking up and seeing this white Jesus on that plate and being like, he don't look nothing like me. And why is we in here early on this Sunday? I'm getting slapped upside the head and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Being made to come in here and learn these songs out this hymnal and all, and go to Sunday school and all of this. And I'm getting some of these lessons, but all these people ain't none of their names like mine. They don't look like me, and having these questions and being told to shut up. And then, you know, within 2 years, we're not even going. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, going along and having these questions and then having different experiences and then understanding there's so much more to learn. And then there's so much that's impressed upon and fixed and manipulated to fit one's needs. So where I, you know what I'm saying, I truly have an understanding of religion and what it's used for and how it plays on people, you know, as far as my interpretation. But as far as needing it, no, I truly don't believe that I need religion for me. And I don't believe it's needed for anyone else. But again, what someone else chooses, that's up to them.
Facts. I agree. I mean, I agree with y'all. Me personally, my take on religion, it's a bunch of horse shit, to be honest with you.
Hey, Rick.
Yes, sir.
Now, see, growing up for me, now, I was blessed to know my great grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my great grandmother was mother of the church. She, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was, like, she had a position over the pastor's wife. She was the mother of the church. She was like, she was in her 90s.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather was the deacon. Like, you know, pastors come and go, but the deacon don't go nowhere. And then my brother was a minister.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle was a pastor. I had I couldn't move left, right, look up or down. I was supposed to go. They had me about to go to council to become a minister myself at age 22. I backed out like 3 days before. It was hot with me.
I bet.
I was like, man, I said, no, man, I can't do that. I was like, why not? I was like, the Bible say you go, you tell somebody the wrong thing, they, and they go to hell. Their blood is on your hands. I'm not ready for that commitment. So I was like, no, I ain't doing it. You know, they wouldn't even let me have my wedding at that church.
Yeah, I guess God doesn't allow you to quarter your ego, huh?
That wasn't God. That was flesh. That was them doing that.
Right. See, that's what I'm saying. So this the way I feel about religions. Like I said, I always believe that religion is bullshit. Now that doesn't mean that I don't believe that the lessons apply. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say I'm not as versed as I used to, but I used to be very well versed in a good book. You know what I'm saying? Several of them. And all of them have pretty much the same standard story with the same standard lessons of life. Right? Now, I do honestly believe that those lessons do apply to most people. Right. But I look at it like this too. If I am of my Father and my Father is in me, that means God is within me. Right. You can't be your Father's son without being a part of him, correct? Without him, right? Yeah. Without him having a part of you. So if we're all children of God, that means you are of God. That means you have the power of God. And how I look at it is the lesson is that God made us all creators. Right. That's why we're able to bear children. That's why we're able to bear fruit. As far as our ladies, as far as having a womb and giving us children, but also men, we're able to create. We're able to go out with our hands and our minds and build the world that we see fit for us. If that's not God-like, what's not?
You're made in His image. That's the whole thing. God made man in His image, and He made woman.
Right.
You know.
That's why I try to tell people that God is in you. You are a God that simply walks amongst other gods. We all come from the same place. You know what I mean? So while I do think the lessons as far as how you should raise your family, how bloodlines should remain pure for your families to remain strong, things of that nature, I definitely believe in those things. But as far as the religion, the sex, and that's SECTS, right? that were built to divvy off religion as any other thing. Once there's division, right, there's gray areas where everybody can play in, but also those become sects of power. You have people that believe the cactus, that's the Vatican, right? You have people that believe the Jesuits, that's the Jews, right? You have all these different factions that can get their little pocket of people, right, to believe in their ideology, right? And there's power in that.
Hey, Brother Ricky, you mind if I add on or something, man?
Sure, please.
It's something I keep hearing and have been hearing from anyone who really ever has discussions like this one. Is a common word that's always used when religion is discussed, and that is believe, right? To me, that word is a problem. The reason why I say that is because, to me, believe means to not know. Like, for example, I don't know if anyone's ever done jury duty, but if anyone's done jury duty, we all know the process. You get up there, you're sitting with a bunch of people, deciding on a case if some dude or some chick is innocent or guilty, and you have to go to the chambers and discuss what you think and what you believe. And now the reason why I have a problem with belief when it comes to that is because nobody on that jury actually knows the truth. Because it's a difference when you believe and when you know something. We don't know that this guy's guilty. We're just listening and being presented a show from the plaintiff and the defendant, and we're to believe whatever facts or evidence they present to us. But we don't know what's going on. And the same thing goes for the Bible and religion, in my opinion. These things are playing on our beliefs. It's not something that we know. Hell, even in the Bible it says, "And thou shalt know the truth, and the truth will set you free." Not believe the truth.
Right.
So when you
think about it, so I'm sorry, Iban. So when you think about it like that, what's the one thing you know?
The one thing I know is this, is what the sister said, and I don't need no religion and no Bible or anything to tell me this, because you can literally go outside and demonstrate this first thing in the morning. You go, say you walk outside your door and you see a cat running across your yard.
Mm-hmm.
Now the cat, probably a neighborhood cat, he turns and he sees you and you jump at it. The cat's going to run away. Same thing with a human being. You run across a human being. What happens if you twist your face up to look like you got a mean mug and you don't say a word to the human being? The human being is going to react. So it's all in what you give, is what you display. You don't need a Bible to tell you that human nature is going to kick in if you do something foul with a funky look, or if you just walk up to somebody and give a smile. It's all about your linguistics. That I know. I don't need any Bible to let me know.
Facts, but I'm gonna take it even deeper for you. The one thing you know is you.
Very true.
Let me
hold on, bro. Right.
Okay.
Everything else is something that you have to experience. The one thing you know is you. You are the truth. You know when you go to bed at night. You know when you wake up. You know the way you like a girl to touch you. You know how I feel when you pee.
Yeah, but there's also certain factors that every human being does, and that's what I'm focusing on. I mean, anyone that walks outside their house and gives somebody a dirty look without saying a word, it's going to be the same damn reaction, or one or two reactions. Either they're going to react with it on some hostility, or they're going to be like in fear and try to get away.
Or I could be like, "How you doing, brother? What's up?"
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's not truth. That's not truth. The only truth you know is you. Right? Okay, let me put it like this, right? They say that God is the truth, right? And the truth shall set you free. Ain't that what they say? Right?
No, that's not what it is.
Okay, what does it say? If I'm saying it wrong, my apologies. It said
the knowing the truth will set you wherever it is. It's like that's knowing the truth. You know what I'm saying? And
okay.
no, it's not knowing the truth.
So please correct me, because I ain't
it's like John 4 and something.
Believe Shoot, believe the truth or speak the truth or what or come to the truth wherever it will set you free or something like that, whatever. But it's not what you said. Go ahead.
Okay, so is the saying the truth will set you free? Because I don't want to move
Yeah,
on. You got a misunderstanding.
it will
Okay,
make you free. Make you free.
okay, correct. So if it's the truth, the only thing you know 100% that's true in your life is you. For example, you love your wife. You believe your wife loves you. You believe it. You don't know it to be true. You see what I'm saying? Because people can get up and change their feelings from one day to the next. The only thing you can count on 100% to be what it is, how it's going to be 100% of the time is yourself.
I mean, the truth actually is that which is consistent with fact and reality. That's the truth.
Right.
You know?
So that's you.
That's where the saying "to thy own self be true" comes from, because that's the only thing that you really can be sure of or be true of is to your
That's you.
fucking self.
Right. So that's why and that's why people don't understand. I know it's weird, bro, but every problem you have can be solved by you. Every single one.
I agree.
Right. Anton said synthetic BS. You cannot nor all of science create one hair, not one, but you can make a hair on your baby's head just but with one night from your girl. You guys are gods. You're gods.
And that's why they've incorporated all these religious systems to keep you distracted from that right there, what you said, Ricky.
Everything we do, everything they put us through is to distract us from doing the job we was meant to do, and that's being creators on this plane of existence.
That's what I was gonna ask you, Rick. That leads right into the question I was gonna ask you. You asked a question earlier about the continuation of the black race. So let me ask you this. For every black man that's out here, are we if you do not proliferate and have children, right? Totally have you removed yourself from contributing to the black race as a whole, just by not continuing it and having children within it?
Yes. I honestly believe, and I'm not talking about in the factions of that, you wasn't born with the ability. You say something, a woman's not able to have a child or you have some issue, right?
Right.
But I'm talking about if you're selfish, I think that's the real evil of the world. You know what I'm saying? I think the real evils of the world are people that's good people and choose not to, people that's adept or have a certain gift and they don't have children. I honestly think me and my personal standpoint is that if you're on this planet and you haven't had a child, why are you here? That means the reason you're here is completely selfish and all about you. Right? And what happens is if you don't have a child or something to look forward to in the future, even though you're not here, right? You're going to tear the room up and you don't care who fix it. Pull the wallpaper off the walls, tear the bunk bed up, tear the carpet up, pour syrup and ketchup everywhere. Because you're not leaving. Who you leaving in here for? Nobody. You don't care. Those are the true demons of the world. Right? Because your vanity thinks that you're so good that we only need one of you. God didn't break the mold. He put the mold in every single one of y'all sack. He ain't break no mold. He put the mold in every single one of y'all sack, bro. What do I know? That's all I got, man. Y'all got anything before we swing out? Because I got to get up in the morning.
Yeah, well, man, I was just saying, like the brother said, damn, I had a point. It went a little long. The brother said something about faith or something like that. It was somebody he was saying about the he had some. Man, you know what? Never mind. It went a little long. I lost my point.
Oh, that's my bad, dog. I'm sorry. I'd be ranting sometimes.
It's sort of about he had he had no faith. Not the last person that spoke, the brother before. I think I think something about he had no faith or in religion or anything about that. There's no factual basis or something like that or something like that he said. Uh, that's that's where faith comes in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Where you no he said you have to believe. They expect you to believe,
Yes.
and that's where he had the problem. And see that's where faith comes in.
You
You have
talking?
to
I'm sorry, bro. Go
what
ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
that's where in religion, they expect you to have faith. You know what I'm saying? That the evidence, what I'm saying, to believe what you don't see, and and for you to actually have faith and walk by, damn, it's late. I'm tired. I'm drawing a bunch of blanks with stuff I would ordinarily be able to spit right out.
Yeah, man, it's all right.
Um, uh,
I
to walk by faith and not by sight,
Mm-hmm.
and ordinary stuff that you do every day when you know what you know and you know what you know what you press forward to do because you know that you can do it, but you don't know how you're going to do it, but you know you're going to do it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You do the same thing to what I'm saying, for a higher power, because there's somewhere else. See, because somewhere else to go when you leave this plane, because so we're made of energy. Energy doesn't die. You know what I'm saying? It just transfers.
The transfer is correct.
You know what I'm saying? So so who made this energy? There's a higher power.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to get on some type of spiritual tip, because you don't want that energy extinguished, because whoever created can extinguish it if you're not doing something. And maybe we all don't know what that something is, but you better latch on. you, you better do something, even if it's to just sit down and just pray. And you don't, if you don't know who his or her name is, you just better just say something every night on your hands and knees or something. It might, if you don't think it's Muhammad, if you don't think it's Yeshua, if you don't think it's Buddha, if you don't think it's whoever, whatever, you better leave that person nameless, and just say something to somebody, because when you leave here, you won't stand in front of somebody.
see that right there. What you're doing? You said faith. Now, brother, I don't know you, but I'm gonna tell you right now that I love you, and what I'm about to say might make you angry, or it might change your opinion about who this person is you're talking to. Faith, to me, that is the trick bag. Because I say that because I'm sure you've heard the statement. They say faith is what is it? How does it go? It's the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things
unseen. Yep.
Right? Now, really think about that statement right there. Come on, man. I mean, really think about what you're saying. The evidence of things unseen, the substance of things hoped for.
That's a spiritual. That's a spiritual statement. But
Okay,
but go on.
So it's a spiritual statement. I get it. I understand its power. I get it. I understand what it is designed to do. It is designed to give you hope. Like say you I want to get out of this truck. I don't want to continue to do this. I have goals and aspirations of starting my own business. The only way that's going to work is if I have some sort of faith in my abilities to make that work, right? Would you think that's an accurate statement?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Well, I have a difference of opinion. I think that the more you try something, the more it becomes a little bit easier to do. But in order for me to establish what I'm saying I want to establish, it's not going to take faith, it's going to take repetition. All right? I know that it's going to take me enough times to fail and succeed, just like everything in life. You're going to keep trying it until you succeed at it. I don't think that takes faith. I think faith is what keeps you in a perpetual state of fear, bowing down on your knees to pray to something. You're always subservient to something. No.
So your repetition has no you have no faith in the fact that your repetition is going to yield you results, because a lot of people getting repetition and feel like they're not going to get anywhere. So your repetition, you have no faith in your repetition is going to get you to the place called there. Is what you're saying.
What I'm saying is I know repetition will get me there. That's what it takes. In order for you to learn something and achieve something, it takes repetition.
That takes faith.
There we have a difference in opinion.
That takes a measure of faith. In order, faith in yourself, that your repetition is going to get you there, because there are many people who have put a bullet in their head because they've been going through the same thing over and over again and felt like they're never getting nowhere. Know why? Because they had no faith.
Well, one can argue that, and one can also say that they didn't have anybody to show them a different way, because sometimes we need assistance from somebody who's not in that
When you got
space.
faith, you don't need nobody else.
I don't agree with that.
You got faith. You don't need nobody else. All I got is me, man, and I've moved mountains, and all I got is me.
Faith is fleeting. I've heard that a million times. If faith was so powerful, it wouldn't be fleeting. That's why I eliminate it. I know that repetition is the way to achieve.
Faith is fleeting. Man, I go to the gym all the time, man. If I miss a month in the gym, these gains are fleeting. These gains ain't loyal. Everything is fleeting, brother. If you don't stick to it,
you stopped your repetition.
Man, look, I'm not getting your point, brother. I'm sorry.
I know. That's
I'm
why.
I still love you, but I'm not getting your point.
And we gonna end it on that. We gonna end it on that. Let them know where they can find y'all at, man.
On the Mic Returns Belly Senior on YouTube. FDhill.org.
Awesome. Thank you, brother. I'm gonna go ahead and kick y'all out because y'all ain't gonna leave unless I'm.
I'll go. You can find me on IG. You can just look it up by BJ Tide 98.
898.
Yeah, my mom made it up when I was in high school, so I just kind of stuck with it. It's my old AOL email address.
Take it back to
yeah, you can find me on IG. Check out shameless plug. Check out NMG Snipe on IG. I'll work with him or whatever. That's on some music stuff.
Okay.
But I think old boy was you and with the yellow circle. I'm sorry, I forgot what your name was, sir. Were you mainly speaking about faith without works? Is that kind of where you were going? Like you actually have to do something. You just can't have faith and just let it sit there. You actually have to. That repetition you were talking about? Yeah. Okay. I got you. All right. We on the same page. Thanks for having me up, Ricky. Good night, everybody.
Have a great one. Let them know they can find you at Ebo.
Yo, I got a very minuscule YouTube page. I put videos up from time to time on it. I do a lot of music. Ricky's played one of my tracks at the beginning of this show quite a few times, and I appreciate that. I do content basically talking about marriage, and I'm a promoter. Well, not necessarily a promoter of it, but I do understand that if you're going to have children and start a family, it's best to do it when you're married.
Yes, sir.
Starting and having children, that is, and beginning a family. I do promote that. And, basically just ordinary brother, man. Check me out on YouTube, Ebo Sosa, the Ebo Sosa Show. And, yeah, that's it.
All right, man. Have a great night, man. Be safe, my boy.
You too.
All right, man. And with that being said, man, it's about to hit 3 a.m. I got to get up in the morning, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no baller like the rest of these people. But thank y'all so much for coming and rocking with your boy on the late night tip, man. I think I'm going to start doing this more often, man. If y'all got any questions or anything y'all want covered, just throw it in the comments or hit me at Instagram at ARE_dubs, ARE_DUBBZ. Hit me in a messenger, in a DM with anything y'all want to cover. We'll definitely cover it. Make sure y'all subscribe to all my people in here, man. My boy D Long, Yoda Crush, my man Crush, G5 Gabe, Ebo, Terrence Bailey, everybody that got a page, OTB, G5. Everybody got a page. Make sure when you see that TWT, that pound TWT, make sure you subscribe and like the channel, man. But with that being said, man, we gone. Y'all have a great night. Appreciate y'all. Y'all know what it is. Yeah.